Good evening, debaters Abibites. My name is Comrade Wanko Uchechuku, the current president of the Nigerian Universities Engineering Students Association in WESA, UNN chapter. And I am very happy to see, or rather, speak to each and every one of you here. I am unavoidably absent. That's why I was unable to fix this address physically. I have a primary assignment that I have to attend to, and I cannot be physically in Nsukka at this time. Nevertheless, I am there with you guys in spirit. The Vice President, in person of Obielo Kachinye, is strongly on ground and would be acting in my place as I am away. She is a very capable capacity. She's a dogged leader. She was the chairman of the planning committee for the Universal Faculty Week, which most of you saw how amazing it was, and saw the good work that she did there. So she's a capacity, and it was her to carry out the activities of the union in the right way. So I want to use this opportunity to appreciate each and every member of this association for the opportunity to serve. Yes, I find it a very great privilege to serve about 3,000 students of this faculty. And I have always been, and I will keep doing my best to ensure that the welfare of each and every one of us is well sought after, and we are well taken care of by the association. Yeah, we keep prioritizing the needs of the students, the academic needs, the social needs, the emotional needs, the spiritual needs, and even the mental needs, because mental health is something that we neglect a lot in this era, and then it is very, very pertinent that we look into that. So it is the responsibility of the association to ensure that its students are well fed. I also want to appreciate members of the association for all the support so far towards this administration. We have been able to achieve a lot of things, not because we are so good or we are too capable, but because of the gross support that we have gotten from the members of this association. And we cannot express our gratitude enough, to be very honest with you. We cannot express our gratitude enough because the support has been immense, and I'm very, very grateful for that as well. I also want to welcome the first year students, the freshers, the newly admitted freshers preparing for their matriculation. It's not an easy feat, trust me, it's not an easy feat. It's to be an engineering student, to get admission in engineering, it's not easy. And to go to, I don't know how to put it, to live as an engineering student, it even makes it harder, you understand? When you enter into the system and you start going for your Maths 111, Maths 121, Chem 101, and then you're traveling from the faculty to GS, from GS to Agric, from Agric to where else? And then I think those are basically the places that you'll be traveling to just to have classes, right? But then I promise you it gets better, it gets, if I say it gets easier, a lot of people might want to attack me, but to be sincere, it gets easier. You understand? It gets easier. It's just that as human beings, we have the mentality of, we have a problem mentality. We refuse to believe that we do not have a problem, right? So whenever we solve one problem, we look for another problem that we can claim that we have, but then it gets easier. So I want to encourage you, keep up the hard work that you've started. If you've not started working hard, I think this is the time for you to start working hard, and because it's not a small thing, it's not play. You understand? It's not play. People say school not scam. Well, school no be scam, but then that is not the talk for today. So let us move on. One of the primary reasons I organized this speech is to address the faculty and the current states and happenings in the faculty. We are preparing for our faculty elections. We're also preparing for SUG elections anyway. And I want to believe that there is already a lot of heat in the faculty and there's a lot of tension in the atmosphere, which is expected. It is normal for an election period, for the atmosphere to be like that, and for people to be scared, for people to be worried, for people to be anxious, while some other people will just sit down somewhere and be entertained. because it's different feelings for different people. Nevertheless, it's an experience that I've been through a number of times as a voter, as a contestant, as a supporter. I have experienced the US election a couple of times, and I understand whatever is happening right now. It's absolutely normal. It's absolutely normal, especially for engineering election, right? But then it is important that I address this because, in as much as it is normal, it is not the right way to go, right? It's not the right way to go. At the end of the day, we need to channel our mindsets in the direction of positivity, growth, and posterity. We want to create an association, not create, rather, I want to build an association where we'll keep making progress, right? We'll keep making progress, we'll keep getting better and better. I was discussing with a with a friend some time ago, and it was like, if we can ensure that we keep a progressive movement in USA, and that's what we'll achieve in in 5 years. You see how much we'll achieve. If this regime comes and they do this work, another regime comes and they do this, another regime comes and they add this on top and add this on top. In 5 years' time, you see how much progress we've made. But because of some ill attitudes that we display, it just makes us to keep going forth and back and forth and back and forth and back so we want to. One of the things I had in mind to do was to lay a proper foundation alongside my executives to for growth in the faculty. We want the faculty to keep growing, in as much as it's one thing to come and do good work. It's another thing to come and do the good work in such a way that the good work continues, right? So that's one of the things that the Wangor-led administration was very particular about. We tried our best to ensure that we set the pace, right, for subsequent administrations. So the elections are coming, and an election is a very, very important process in power transition, right? In a democratic association. So NOISA is a democratic association, and as such, we need to conduct elections to select our leaders. So I want us to understand that elections are not just an opportunity to show power, because that's what a lot of us see it as. An opportunity to show power, an opportunity to show superiority, an opportunity to show that we are the biggest department, or we are the most corny department. It's a time where we have to actually, I think we should do more of reflection, right, on where we are headed as a faculty, what is needed as a faculty, and how can we select people that will take us there, right? So I want us to channel our minds towards the growth, right? The growth and the success of the activities of the faculty. Yeah. So for those of you that are going to be voting, I'm sure you've already had people come to you and try to convince you. You've already seen that your class groups are filled with flyers of people and different people, and so that means that you need to filter the good and the bad, and filter what is right for the association. People would say a lot of things. Honestly, people would say a lot of things, and then they would try to convince you. So you need to be as attentive as possible to the people talking to you, and all, so that you make an intentional decision towards the success of the faculty, right? My administration has done our best to ensure the smooth process of the election, and I believe that by the grace of God, it is going to go well, and then we are going to have a peaceful transition of leadership. As I've mentioned leadership, I'd like to talk about what we as the executives have been able to do to be very honest with you, there are a lot of things that we have done, and I didn't even believe that we could, do that much. But like I said, the support that you all have given us, it's a very, very important factor in our achievements. So I want to, retrace some of the things that we have done. One of the first things that we did was to, organize the orientation for freshers. Right? It was already second semester. I think it was already second semester. But then they were like, what's the need? I said it's still important because we need to identify with them. They need to understand that this association is part of them. This association thinks of them. And then it was very, very instrumental in building a very good relationship with the freshers. And then we want to assure the new incoming and the new freshers rather that an orientation will be held. Where you get to associate with the executives and the association itself. You find yourself when you to make you feel part of the association. And we went ahead. To be very honest, I might not be able to mention everything, but then we went ahead to organize one of the best faculty weeks that I've ever seen, even on social media, because it was really big, and it was like I made mention of the VP earlier. She did a good job. We hosted a career fair, and I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate all the volunteers that helped us to organize that career fair. I want to mention names, but then if I start mentioning names, I might not mention all the names. So it will take me some time to think. So maybe I'll write a special appreciation for each and every one of them, and where I can think of all the names and write them down. But a lot of them were very, very instrumental. You understand? And the career fair was a success. The companies that sponsored, that came, I'm very, very grateful. It was really a challenging experience because I know what we went through, but then we thank God for the success of the event. We continued with the cultural day. It was superb. And then the costume day as well. Yeah, the costume day. Our costume day is still trending till now on Instagram. I think that's the video that we have that had over 60K views, and then about 6,000 impressions and likes rather. So we also organized NASA League, which was won by Mechanical Engineering. We organized the best engine night that I have ever seen as well. Despite the fact that there was no celebrity there, this for the first time in my life, I was awake from let me say like 8 a.m. in the morning to like 8 a.m. the next morning because of the engine night. I was awake all through the night. Like I didn't even feel like there was any boring moment at all. Like it was entertainment back to back. You understand? And I was it was something that I was very, very proud of. Yeah. For those of you thinking that I have read all night before, I have never done that. So it's more like it's almost. I think I don't know. I can't remember any other time I've stayed that long awake, like all night or something. But then I would also like give kudos to DOS for doing that, organizing that amazing event. And one of the things that that was very, very important to me was to ensure unity in the faculty, ensure involvement. So I tried to bring in as many people as possible to be part of whatever was happening in the faculty. Beyond that, like I said, there are a lot of things. If I give my escorts the opportunity to start listing all the things that we have done, we might not leave this speech today. So there are a whole lot of other things that we have achieved, and then we are still working. Actually, we are still working, and we trust God that the good work will continue by God's special grace. So back to I was talking about the voters. Now I want to also talk to the candidates and the contestants. You guys have been pushing. It's not easy. People that have contested before would understand that it is not easy to contest an election. you every day you wake up with doubts. Today it looks like you're winning. Tomorrow it looks like you're not even doing anything. And then another day it looks like you never even start. So I understand whatever you're going through. We've been there a couple of times, and I hope that you go through it successfully because you signed up for it. But then I want us to understand something. I know you've heard this before, but then I want to like throw more light in it. It's not a do or die affair. Yes, everybody will tell you that it's not a do or die affair. But let me tell you why it's not a do or die affair. I know a lot of people that have lost elections, but then have gone on to do successful stuff in life, do very, very amazing stuff. I want one of my bosses to permit me. For those of you that know Raymond and Chuma Onwoko, he is one of the examples that I can give. There are a lot of other people. He contested an election sometime in his second year or so, and then he didn't win the election, right? But then I can categorically tell you that I'm sure right now that he's very happy that he didn't win the election, because probably he wouldn't have been where he was now, or where he is now rather. So I want us to see this as it is an opportunity. The fact that you're contesting, you're already winning, right? You're already the experience of contesting. First of all, you get to meet new people, because you're convincing people to support you. You get to meet new people, you get to make new connections, and irrespective of whatever happens, it kind of like strengthens you, right? Strengthens you, and it opens your mind to opportunities. It opens your mind to a lot of opportunities. So what I want is, if you eventually you contest an election, you don't emerge, and then you now start seeing yourself as a failure, like that's you messing yourself up, because like I said, the fact that you're able to contest, I know what it takes to even contest. You understand? To even contest, not even to win, or to contest at all. I know what it takes. So I encourage you to like keep pushing, and keep doing what you know how to do best. Right? Keep doing what you know how to do best. A whole lot of people that I know that didn't win elections, they have gone on to do very successful things, because it helps you to. I'm not lying to you. I'll be very sincere with you. Holding an official and an executive position in the faculty is distracting. Yes, I'll be very sincere with you. It is distracting to whatever else you're doing. So if you think that when you win, you've won, it's not that way. There's still the main work you need to do is even after you have won the election. You understand? Now you have to start struggling with balancing it with your academics, with your side hustle. That's why we insist that you have a strong academic standing before you're able to contest for NWESA elections. Because I know the number of times I had to like leave class to go to Zenith Bank and other banks and GT Bank to ask for sponsorship for our events. I wake up in the morning, I start sending mails. Normally I wake up in the morning and try to go through my books, but then I wake up in the morning, I'm sending mails, looking for support, asking for help here and there. You understand? So it's not easy. It's not easy. I know what my schools went through. So it's not easy. So don't really see it as a way out. I want to advise you personally, if you're seeing NWESA as a means for financial liberation, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Beforehand, you'll be very disappointed. I think we should ask questions. For once, none of the presidential candidates have come to meet me to ask me, what is even the benefit? What is even the benefit of being the NWESA president? Yeah, it's quite surprising, because that's one of the questions I asked. Yeah, remember I prepared a proper form for the previous democratically elected president and person of Komibon Oche Emmanuel. To find out what was even why did you become president? What do I stand to gain? Because that is the mentality that you need to carry if you really want to be successful. You don't just like throw yourself into stuff because you think it's paying. Yeah, this makes sense. Understand? A couple of times I went to meet people to seek for advice, and then they asked me why do you want to be president? And to be very honest, I knew what I wanted, like right from the beginning. I knew what I needed and what I wanted to get from being the NWESA president. A lot of people will tell you that they just want to serve, and they just want to serve. They just want to serve the students and stuff. really you want to serve, you just want to serve the students, and you're spending money in tens of thousands, in hundreds of thousands, and some people spend up to hundreds of thousands, but I don't know if anybody spends up to millions in USI election. So it goes beyond you wanting to serve, honestly. I believe as human beings, whatever decision you're making for yourself, whatever decision you're making, you're always looking at how this decision affects your goals, how this decision affects your career plans, how this decision affects your well-being, right? Because let us not ignore, in as much as we are looking at career, let us not ignore that we have social lives, we have spiritual lives. Some of you are married in school and have marital lives, and so both the ones that are legally married and that's the ones that are just that are not legally married. So I believe all of us have other lives. So whenever you're making any decision, you ask yourself, how does this affect me? How can I take advantage of this opportunity to build myself, right? Yeah. In as much as you're going to be serving the students, you're going to be serving the faculty, I also want us to look inwards and see how it aligns with our own life goals. If it doesn't align with your life goals, then why are you doing it? Do you understand me? If you cannot see a valid reason to be contesting for a position, then why are you wasting your time? You understand me? So that's what I want to encourage all the contestants and the future contestants, because I'm sure some of you are already eyeing positions for the next election, because when you're not contesting, it looks like fun. Yeah, it looks like wow, this is nice. I'd like to be part of it. And I'm sure that's why we have up to I saw the screening list and I'm seeing like 22 people. I was like, wow, that's nice. So when you look at it from far, you think it is a fun experience. But when you contest and you wake up in the morning and you're scared, like the first feeling you have in the morning is the feeling of fear. That's when you understand that it is not really a fun experience. But nevertheless, it is. I'm happy that we all want to get involved in the running leadership of the association. Me, I cannot be involved anymore because I'm no longer an undergraduate by the special grace of God. I have written all my courses and I did not fail anyone. So by the grace of God, I'm not a graduate again, and I'm not an undergraduate again rather. So I cannot be involved. A lot of people are calling me and saying, are you around? In as much as I am supposed to be around, I would have loved to be around, but even if I was around, I definitely would not be involved. So it is time for the next generation, the next set rather, because all of us now the same generation we did. Majority of us are Gen Z, and I think there are some few people. I don't know when there was this new generation. I can't remember their name, but there's a new generation. I don't know where it started from, but then I think majority of Europe are in the Gen Z category. So that being said, I want to encourage everybody to be peaceful. Please let us be peaceful. Let us be peaceful. We cannot be doing what Israel and Palestine are doing in our own faculty. Right? So it's not that deep. I promise you, it's not that deep. Like when I see people struggling for things like this, I'm like, if only they had known that, if only they know how not deep it is. Yeah. So let us tread with caution. Let us not develop hatred for people. Sometimes I attend some meetings and somebody will bring back an event and a grudge from like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I'm like, wow. It's really not that deep. It's really not that deep. Let everybody focus on building themselves. Right? Our primary aim here in the university is to study. Right? A lot of us do side hustles and all, but the reason why you're doing your side hustle in a university environment is because you were sent to study in university. Right? If you were not here to study, you would have been doing your side hustle somewhere, maybe in a labor market or somewhere. You understand me? So our primary responsibility here is to study. So I wish everybody academic excellence, because it is. And I also wish you success in whatever side hustle or main hustle that you're doing, because a lot of us, our main hustle is not actually school. So for the SCG elections, I encourage all of us to work together. Do not let the grudges of USI election continue beyond USI election. We have SCG positions to win. We have statements to make. So we have two candidates in persons of Obodo Nnamdi Emmanuel and the wanted man, that's his name will be. And then we have Michael Ezigwe, contesting for, and they are both contesting for SecGen, SCG SecGen, and Director of Transport, respectively. So I need everybody to rally around and support them fully, with full force. You understand? Let's go out there and make a statement. Let's go out there and let them know that engineering is back. That's actually the statement we are going to make. If we don't win these positions, all this engineering is back, that people are saying on different various groups is nothing. So this is the way to let them know that engineering is back. And I think that is all for now. And if any other thing comes up, there will be due communication. Right. So thank you very much for your time, for listening this long to all my cock and bull story. And I want to appreciate you all again, for the continued support. I go on different groups and I see people like, defending our administration, talking good about our administration, and then it only motivates me to want to do more. You understand? It only motivates me to want to do more. So thank you guys very much for all the support. And I remain committed to this association, even now and beyond. I would be a very proud alumni of the association, and I would always be of help in any way that I can. So once again, thank you all for everything, everything. So this is where this speech comes to an end. So I don't know, long live Nuesa. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, for your patience, for watching to the end of this video. I look forward to meeting the members of the association again physically. Thank you.